Have you ever wondered what it's like to be out in the wilderness testing mind, body, and machine? Well, there's not much better place to do that than on the west shore of Tahoe, almost wilderness country in the Sierra Nevadas, in a place called the Rubicon Trail. Stay tuned and learn more. Getting out in nature, man and machine as it were, is something a lot of us are drawn to. And I was recently struck by this when we planned a ride up in the Sierra Nevadas and we came across the renowned Rubicon Trail. Now, the Rubicon Trail is located in the El Dorado National Forest near Tahoe, and it's a place where people and 4x4s of all types test their capabilities while also immersing themselves in the rugged nature of the Sierra Nevadas. Hi, I'm Patrick from Road Less Traveled. My channel focuses on mountain biking, but if you were drawn to this video because you wanted a 4x4 of the Rubicon Trail, stay tuned because this may interest you as well. In each of my videos, I try to provide something that you can learn from as well as a little bit of entertainment. So if you've been enjoying these videos, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and give me any comments or questions you have. Recently, my friend Mike and I discovered a trail on the west shore of Tahoe using Strava, which promised to expose us to some real nice granite riding and beautiful alpine lake up near the Desolation Wilderness area. So we mapped it out on Strava. I've done a video on this in the past, so you can check that out here. Found a route that took us kind of in a loop, which would end up at that lake and then come down another trail. And as it turned out, we ended up right at the beginning of the Rubicon Trail. The famed Rubicon Trail, which is famous for 4x4 vehicle, not necessarily e-bikes. And we knew we were there because of the map that you could see on a big poster right there by the beginning of the trail, but also there must have been a couple dozen large, really well-equipped rigs with trailers on the back that were used to haul Jeeps and other 4x4s up to that trail. And so we embarked on that trail. It was on our route, so we started heading up that road. Okay, we're on the Rubicon Trail. I wasn't really planning on this. It turned out the road was mostly, boulders, sort of smaller to head-sized boulders. And, it was a wide road. It was meant for 4x4s, not necessarily e-bikes. So it wasn't super enjoyable, but it was kind of a nice territory to ride through. And we rode up through that area a couple miles until we reached the turn that our direction said to turn on. And it took us on a little road and then a small single-track trail. That small single-track trail just led us through some beautiful forested areas and up over another ridge. It was a great ride up to that point and got us to the top of a ridge where we had a nice view out to where we would be riding. So we're really happy with the ride at that point, but it was to get much better. So we headed down into the ravine that we were headed and headed right back up, and not very long after that we hit this granite section, which turned out to be a heck of a lot of fun. It really challenged us. But it didn't seem that dangerous, so I'm not one to get out there and do a lot of jumps and a lot of drops. It's a bit of a risk for me, but this didn't seem as risky, unless, especially since I had somebody with me if something was to happen. And it just got way too much fun. My friend Mike, I could hardly get him out of there. He kept saying, "This is a playground. This is perfectly built, like a Red Bull Rampage off-road challenge or something." Oh, that's like straight up. To the left.
Dude, this is insane. Insane. I mean, who can make this shit up? Not even Red Bull. we're back on the playground.
And anyhow, kept riding that trail and worked our way up through some more forest and ended up at a place called Lost Lake, which if you were to look at that on the map, you'd find it's right adjacent to the Desolation Wilderness area. It's a place that a lot of hikers stop for their first night as they're heading into that wilderness area. And it's serene.
I feel like talking too loud because it's such a serene place.
It's a great place to stop for lunch. It's a great place to take a dip if it's hot and just relax a little bit and get ready for the ride down. Eventually we packed things up and we headed back down, and the ride down was just as much fun.
Really on the edge.
And I'll also mention that these trails in Tahoe, and I've done a lot of hiking and a lot of biking, and without exception, the people that you meet on the trail are just so much fun and so happy to be out there. Whether they're on a horse, they're hiking, they're with dogs, they're on a bike, or even a 4x4. Everybody's in a real positive attitude, and it's just great to meet people out there and share your enjoyment of nature. So if you're that 4x4 enthusiast and you're still watching this video, thank you. And know you can still test your body and your mind out in the wilderness and maybe hit a few of those trails you only glimpsed at when you were driving by. Oh, and one other thing. You may find you don't need that rig to haul your Jeep or your 4x4 around, and you can just haul your rig in a wimpy little vehicle like this.